So, here I am, just about to get on the bike to go off around Europe for 2 weeks, and this is the first day where I'm going to be going not a particularly exciting route. I'm going to be going to my parents who live in southeast London, and having gone there I will make that a jumping point and go from there to the rest of Europe, stopping first in Amiens and then Paris and then onwards from that point. So here we go. It's been quite a long time since I have ridden with full luggage, but I remember well enough what needs to be done, so I've made sure that my panniers are the thing with the most weight in. I learned a valuable lesson before, which was that if your panniers aren't the thing with the most weight in, ride quality is severely destroyed. So now I always pack my panniers heavy and the rest of me fairly light, and that seems to have done me well so far, so we'll see how this goes, really. So, just a quick one here. This is where I live. This is Wimbledon Village. Wimbledon's very pretty. I very much like this area, but it is prohibitively expensive. Something else I remembered, which I had earlier forgotten, is that it's a lot more difficult to filter when you've got full luggage, because it pretty much doubles the size of the bike and makes it a lot harder to fit through tiny little gaps, which is a bit of a pain. So there is that, but oh well. Oh wow, they've updated the bus lane sign. That's brilliant. For the last 3 or 4 months since I moved here, this bus lane sign has always said that there are no motorbikes allowed in it, and so clearly they're taking their sweet freaking time to update the signs around London, since I found a number of other signs across London that are in the same situation. But at least in London they're finally allowing bikes to use bus lanes, which is making everything easier for all bikers, so it's a good thing, and hopefully once they've got their act together it'll be the same everywhere and everyone will be allowed to use bus lanes. All bikers, that is, not cars. Cars are stupid. So I said all this yesterday, but yesterday I was testing my camera out and I discovered it was pointing at the floor, and that looked stupid, and so basically I'm not using any of the footage from yesterday because it was all rubbish. I have a brand new Drift HD. It's exceedingly nice. It's ridiculously good at actually not weighing down or getting in the way on the side of my helmet, and the really good thing about it is that actually it's remarkably aerodynamic, so I don't really notice it at all, ever. So much so that yesterday I had to occasionally put my hand up to make sure it was still attached to my face, because I wasn't sure if it was there or not. But no, I've discovered that actually it is still there, and it recorded footage, and the footage was okay, but most importantly I've redone. Whoa, what are you doing, you crazy motherfucker? I don't really know why we're moving in. Oh well. I'm not a huge fan of filtering when I've got tons of luggage, but oh well. Wow, that's really bassy. But yeah, so I have a Drift HT. It's really cool. I really like it. Probably the best thing is I got an external mic for it, which is why you guys can hear me. The microphone built into it is literally useless at absolutely anything other than wind noise, and even there it starts to break down and crackle. So when I mounted it to my fairing yesterday to do a fairing mounted test, most of what you could hear is exceedingly loud crackling. So that's not great, but you know, oh well. If I mount it to my fairing, I'll just mute the damn thing. The most important thing is the internal microphone. External microphone. Hello. The external microphone, the one that's inside my helmet, is actually very good, and it picks up my voice even at 80 miles an hour, which is surprisingly effective. It's basically, I have another headset in my head. I have a Scala Rider Q2 Pro. It's very good. I use it a lot. It's brilliant for music and phone calls and everything else. But it has a mic boom that kind of sticks out in front of my helmet, because I've got a flip front helmet. I've got a Shoei Neotech, and hello. The mic that goes to the video camera comes along the boom for the other mic, and then I kind of just shoved it into the same foam so that both mics are in the same place, and that means that I get a decent amount of sound out of both of them, so that's all good. And all of my tests yesterday show that the mic internally is actually pretty damn good, and generally the whole thing is worth having, so it's pretty good, and it gives the video quality is pretty spectacular as well. It's not quite as good as a GoPro according to the research that I've found, but I need to be in the other lane. That's not ideal. Yeah, well, I'll just shove my way in there. Sorry about that, man in a Kia. Damn. Petrol. That's red, Mr. Man in your lorry. Wow, that was close. He nearly went through a red light. Oh well, anyway. Yeah, so the headset. No, what do I mean? What am I talking about here? The camera, yes. So I'm recording at 720p because 1080p chews video space, and I've only got a 32 gig SD card. I say only as if a 32 gig is a small SD card, but anyway, no. 32 gig is remarkably tiny when you're recording 1080p, which, being massive, puts about 4 gig of data every sort of half an hour-ish, 35 minutes, whereas 720p uses about a gig and about half that, 1.7 gig for 35 minutes of footage. So I'd rather run it at 720p because still get HD, still get good quality, not quite 1080p, but get good quality, good enough quality, and I can fit a lot more onto a card before I need to find a computer and transfer it across to my external hard drive. Since I'm not taking a laptop, I need some way of storing the video that I'm making, so an external hard drive seems like the best plan. So I've got an external hard drive that occasionally I find an internet cafe, copy all the files onto the hard drive of said internet cafe machine, and then move them onto the external hard drive, and that way I will keep hold of all my videos, and that way when I get back to the UK I can edit them together and make decent vlogs rather than just arbitrary random shit, and I can get much more footage onto a card, which is really the best thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. This will probably go on YouTube before I leave, but whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Holy crap, I should have eaten something. So clearly the guy in front of me spent some time at the Santa Pod Raceway and decided it was the best thing ever, since both his jacket and his bike are Santa Pod Raceway inspired. He's not wearing any armour at all, but oh well, you know, can't fault him for trying, I suppose. It is ridiculously hot. Apparently it's 20 degrees, but I don't believe that for a minute. It's much closer to 25, if not even higher. Oh, good. Yes, so here we go. See, Santa Pod. Good for you, man behind, man in front of me on your motorcycle. He also seems to have a complete disregard for any level of speed limits, because I'm going slightly quicker than I should be, and he's just getting away from me. Oh, there's a classic Mini behind me. I don't know, yeah, you probably can't see it, but nonetheless, look, classic Mini. Yeah, classic Mini. I love classic Minis. When I eventually have the money to do so, I will buy a classic Mini in perfectly restored condition, because bugger putting the effort in to do it myself. I'd love to, but I just don't have the time or the money. So I'd probably just buy one. Well, that guy's on a quad bike. Hello. Oh boy, this is the lovely areas of Croydon. Isn't it pretty? It is actually quite a nice road. It's just quite a slow road, but oh well. Clearly not if you're that guy on that bike, who's obviously so far ahead he's totally disappeared by this point. But good for him. I'm quite happy where I am. There's a Mini Cooper. That's the Mini that was behind me. It turns out it's in absolutely mint condition, and holy shit do I want it more than anything. It's so pretty! And also I yelled through the window at the person inside that I wanted a Mini, and she was like, "Ah, your bike!" So maybe we should do a swap. But perhaps not. Probably more towards the... Oh, come on! Well, on the upside, I'm still next to her. So, another point that I feel needs to be mentioned. With full luggage, and the luggage full, the bike stopping distance is longer than I'm used to, somewhat. So, I had the ABS kick in. That was unexpected. But hey, I didn't hit the person in front of me, so that's all that really matters. But yeah, I need to brake earlier because it turns out that my luggage actually slows me down quite a lot. Oh my god, there are so many holes on this road. Yeah, so anyway. Also, this road is terrible. As you probably can already tell. Oh god. Not only do people drive really badly along this road, it narrows to one lane in various, like there, and there's nothing you can do about it other than just wait for the other people, because it's too narrow to do anything else. Also, there are massive gauges at the side of the road, like there, where if you happen to take the corner or slightly wrong, your wheel disappears down a massive hole and then you smash your wheel into pieces. Which has happened to me. Hello. And then you see, you get to this side, and this side they resurfaced the whole thing, and so this road is in flipping brilliant condition because they resurfaced the whole thing. And I wish they'd do it to the other side. And a couple of weeks ago, it looked like they were going to, because they said they closed the road. But as far as I can work out, they closed the road, had a small road party, and then promptly reopened the road, having done no actual work to it. Oh well, anyway. Well, at least this road is nice. Well. And soon I shall be at my destination. Whee! Yes. Right. Good. Oh, there's a plane coming in. That's quite cool. Alrighty, let's get on with it. Whee! Oh. Come on, put it down. Yeah, well done. Good. Cool. Yeah, so that's an airfield. It's literally there on the other side of that fence. I have flown out of that airfield. That was the most amazing experience of my life. But I don't get to do that very often because it costs a small fortune. And by a small fortune, I mean it's about £150 an hour because you're flying. And I'd love to do a private pilot's license, but I don't have the money. So no licensed flying for me, at least not for a while. But oh well, maybe over the course of some years I'll be able to build up enough to have done a private pilot's license. Maybe in a decade. That would be novel. In fact,